Hi, this is Christian Waters. I'm the Director of Technology here at Roland Hall, and today I'm going to show you how to create a flight squadron patch. First, we're going to start off by downloading the app called Sketchbook from the App Store. It's a free app, so I'm going to type in Sketchbook. And as you can see, I've already searched for it, and I've already downloaded it. It looks like this. It's the blue S up at the top. So go ahead and download that, and then open it up. Now, I've already got some files here, but you probably won't see anything when you first open it. We are going to click on the plus button in the lower left-hand corner to start a new app, or to start a new project, rather. As soon as we do that, we are ready to roll. So we're going to start putting in some images here. So if I click on the upper right-hand corner, there's a picture of two layers. I'm going to find a layer from my camera roll here. So I'm going to click on this little plus and click Photo Library. Now I have already downloaded some shapes that I'm going to use. You're going to want to find those shapes before you start to use them. So first of all, let's go to Chrome or Safari to do some searching. All right, I'm going to go to Chrome, open it up, and I'm going to go to a website called Open Clip Art. Open Clip Art. And I'm going to click the link, openclipart.org, and I am going to search for, I'm going to type search Open Clip Art, I'm going to search for shield. Now I've got a lot of options for shields here, and feel free to use any of these shields. But you can also use some basic just black and white shields, and those tend to get the job done, especially because this project is all about using your own creativity, not necessarily about copying another shield that someone else has done. So if we keep clicking next page here, now I start to get into some more kind of blank slates. So I could go with the Swiss shield here, I could go with the Portuguese or Spanish shield, and I could actually keep clicking through. I'm going to click on this simple shield here. Now from here I want to hold my finger on the shield to save it. So I'm going to hold my finger on the shield. I get all of these open and new tab options. I'm going to save the image. Now this image will be saved in my camera roll. The next thing I'm going to do is decide what kind of shape I want to put inside of the shield. So I'm going to go with a unicorn shape here. It's kind of cool. So yeah, I've got all these lovely little kitty cats, but I want a unicorn that looks kind of tough. So I'm going to scroll down and I see this Menstetten, or I've got the white unicorn or the standing unicorn. So if I click on the standing unicorn, I'll go ahead and grab that guy, and that is I can save that image. So now I'm going to go back to Sketchbook Express. I'm going to go back to Sketchbook Express, and here I am in my new project, and I'm going to go back up to the layers, and I'm going to click on this little plus with the flower right here. And when you're doing yours for the first time, it's probably going to ask you if you want to allow Sketchbook to access your camera roll. You should reply allow. I'm going to click on the photo library, camera roll, and I'm first going to put my shield there, and I think I chose this shield. So now when I put it in there, I'm a little bit confused because it's sideways. Well, if I click on these three dots up at the top, I can transform that. So using my two fingers, my index and my thumb, I can start to rearrange this so that it looks like it is more or less straight. Okay, and I'll click done right here. Oh, we could also rotate it, and I can choose how I want to rotate that. Then if I click, let's see. Or I could just, I would suggest just kind of using your fingers to rotate it. So I'm done. All right, next up, I can fill this in with color. So if I click on this little, if I hold my finger down on the paintbrush tool at the top, I have options here. I can choose whether I want what brush size I want, the pencil tip thickness, but this paint bucket allows me to fill. So I'm going to choose the color that I like, and I'm going to click off and go ahead and hold my finger inside of the shield. and it's going to flood fill the whole inner part of my shield. And I can obviously choose a different color. If I don't like the color, if I don't like something I've done, I can push the back arrow up at the top, which is the undo button. And then after I've undone something and I really decide that I actually liked it, I can redo it. Okay, so that is the paintbrush tool. If I click on this little swervy line up at the top, I've got swervy, I've got line, I've got square, and I've got circle. So you can put in some circles here, but I probably need to change that back now to a different radius. I'm going to change the color a little bit. Now I can start putting in I can draw, or I can, let's see, I'm going to choose the circle. I can choose the circle. I can make the square tool here. Okay, I can use the swervy tool to draw some shapes inside. I have options here. I would suggest putting in another layer. Layers help you sort of organize your work. So I'm going to add another layer, and I'm going to add a object for my camera roll. I'm going to go grab that unicorn that I saw before. Okay, again, my unicorn showed up sideways, so I'm going to transform my unicorn by using my two fingers to resize. Okay, I'm going to click Done. Now, the reason I was able to resize that so easily is because it's a separate layer. And having that separate layer allows me to move it around. Also, because it's above the shield, it means that the unicorn will actually sit on top of the blue shield background. Now, I could fill this unicorn if I wanted to by holding down the paintbrush tool, clicking on the paint bucket, and then I can choose a color I like. Go with red here. And I can flood fill. Now notice that it's only going to fill bit by bit. Okay, so you kind of have to be a little bit careful. So when you're flooding, be aware of that. When you're filling, be aware of that. If you have something with a lot of intricate line work, it's going to be harder to fill it. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to do one more layer, and I'm going to add some text. So if I click up on the top, I'm going to click text up at the top. So I click and I'm going to type in Waters Squadron. Okay, I'm going to click Done. So I've already typed this in. It already recognized it's there. So I'm going to move it around. I can move the text around. I can make it bigger or smaller. I can also move it around. I can change the font. It's really up to you. And you can decide kind of, how big you want it in relationship to the shield. It's really kind of your choice. As soon as we're done, okay, I'm going to click Done. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to click on these 4 little boxes up in the corner. Okay, and it says Don't Save or Save. Well, obviously, I want to save that. Okay. Now, when I'm all done, I want to save it to the camera roll. So if I click on it, it highlights in blue. And then I click the little flower with the arrow. It says, well, do you want to print it or send it to your photo library? If we send it to the photo library, we can decide what image orientation we want. So obviously we kind of want it to be upright when we send it to the camera roll. And now it should be done. So if I go to my photos, it should be in my camera roll. There it is. And I can go ahead and print it. I can share it with other people. I've got a lot of options from here on out. All right. Enjoy, have fun creating your Squadron Patch.